My name is Andy Lomnicki. I'm the current Vice President at Elementary Teachers of Toronto, ETT, and I am running for the position of Vice President at ETT. Education is political is a slogan that a lot of people have heard me use over many years. I think it's pretty accurate. I think it's pretty self-evident. Basically, everything in the province of Ontario is tied to funding, and education is no exception. We cannot assume that because of our profession that we are somehow above politics or removed from politics. Everything is tied to politics, and in our case the best example of that is through funding. One of the best examples that we have of education being politicized was last year with Bill 115, where a whole series of extravagant measures were taken against teachers without the benefit of negotiations. There were legislated changes, working conditions were imposed upon us, and that's no clearer example can be found than what that was last year. The PC party will be going after unions in this next election coming up. One of the ways they're going to do that is to allow members, current union members, the option of not paying union dues. The consequences of that will be pretty simple to understand for our members. So in the past, or at current levels, where we take less than a day to return a member's call, it may take 3 or 4 or 5 days to return a call. Some of the workshops, some of the programs that we put on to help members, pregnancy workshops, surplus and transfer workshops, those will disappear. There will be less money to fund those types of resources. The consequences of that are pretty evident, we believe, for our members to realize. That's why we are telling them to get engaged politically, and we are telling them directly not to vote for the PC Party of Ontario. Bill 122 is proposed legislation brought in by the Liberals that wants to put in place 2 tiers of bargaining, provincial and local. So it'll basically set up a framework or rules, if you wish, around what is to be covered at both of those levels of bargaining. Currently, it hasn't been passed yet, but it's before committees, and that means that the different parties have the opportunity to propose different amendments to the bill. And again, depending on what is proposed and what gets accepted or passed, that'll have impact on our members. One example is that the PCs are proposing that one of the things they want to see in Bill 122 is that extracurricular activities would become mandatory for our members. So something that we do now, currently, voluntarily, out of the goodness of our heart, recognizing the impact that it has on education and the students in the school, would be legislated, would be mandated, so that teachers would be forced to do different levels of extracurricular activities.